guys, it's Amy, the Keto Queen. I hope you've had a great day. It is my Monday to the work week. It's actually Tuesday though, after a holiday weekend. So I hope you guys are feeling wonderful. We are doing an easy dinner. This is something that I got from an idea, or I got an idea from a recipe that I tried back in June, and it was okay. It was a little struggle, but I thought of a different way, a better way of making this recipe. So tonight, if you get started, go ahead and grab you a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen, because we're going to write this down together and it's going to be super easy. So grab you a piece of paper and a pen right now. I'm going to start working on some stuff while I'm waiting on you to do that. So grab you a pen and a piece of paper. Let's see. I'm going to get this out. Pen and paper is all you need, guys. So these are the things you're going to need for this dish. You're going to need some zucchini. I have 4 because I'm cooking for 3 to 4 people. So I have 4 zucchinis, and you're going to cut the tip off the zucchini. So 4 zucchinis. You're going to need some crushed Parmesan. So crushed Parmesan, write that down. You're going to need some pork chops. I'm doing thin chops. You can do this with chicken too, but I'm doing chops, and I got a thin chop. So thin chops, fine crushed Parmesan, zucchini, okay? You also are gonna need some butter. You're gonna need some Italian seasoning, okay? I'm gonna go over this again. Italian seasoning, crushed cheese. So this is why we're using the crushed Parmesan and the Italian. We're fixing to make us a crust that we're gonna use in our air fryer. You can do this in your oven too, but we're gonna do it in the air fryer. I've got my crushed Parmesan cheese on a plate with some Italian seasoning, and I did salt and pepper my pork chops. So salt and pepper your pork chops. Mix up your cheese crust, okay? That's all we're gonna do right now. And all I'm using is Italian and crushed Parmesan. If you want to and you have it, go ahead and put some fresh parsley or some dried parsley seasoning in that crushed cheese mix as well. So just a little bit's all you need of the parsley. It goes a long way, especially if it's fresh. And we're just mixing up the cheese, the Italian seasoning, and the parsley. We are making our crust for the pork chops. You can also do chicken. I'm doing thin chops because I want to cook this really quickly. You guys know we have a goal this week of getting our aerobics, our water aerobics class going in my backyard. So I don't want to spend a lot of time in the kitchen. I want to cook and I want to make a delicious meal, but I want it fast. So we're going to take our pork chops. That's as easy as this is, okay? Take your pork chops that are salt and peppered. Put it in your cheese mix. I didn't put anything on it. You can put oil on it if you want to. You can put egg on it if you want to. I'm not. I'm just putting the pork chops inside the cheese mix. So it's going to be a very, very thin little crust. I'm going to press down on it. All right, and then I'm going to put this in my air fryer basket. So easy. All right, let me do the next one. Now, I've got a really big air fryer basket. If you have a small one, you just have to cook this in batches. If you want to use your air fryer, if you want to use an oven, go for it. I say put your oven on 350 and cook it till it's done. Cook it through. If you're going to do your oven, I probably wouldn't do a thin chop though, because it probably would take just a couple of minutes to do a thin chop in your oven. And you want the crust to kind of cook up. That's why I love my air fryer. You can make so many crusts with the air fryer. Now, if you wanted to, you could dip this in egg and then this crust mix, but I don't want to. I'm just dipping in my cheese crust that we just made with Parmesan, Italian seasoning, and a little bit of parsley. I salt and peppered my pork chops. I'm fixing to show these to you so you can see what they look like. Now, I love my basket because I have lots of room to add lots of pork. I'm not going to get all of them, but I'm going to get close. So in addition to these items, you want to make sure you have butter. You want to make sure you have some mozzarella and some Parmesan cheese. You want your zucchini, okay? Really simple. It's all you need besides the crushed Parmesan, the Italian seasoning, and the parsley. So I'm letting you guys write this down. Get you a pen and a paper. This is just something I came up with from an idea out of another recipe. These are not going to take long in my air fryer at all. I will have my air fryer on 350 degrees, and we will just cook these for about 10 minutes just to see if they're cooked through. Make sure you always salt and pepper your meat because you want your meat salt and pepper just like you would your vegetables. All right. Dang, I wish I had a little bit more room for 2 more. That's okay though. We're just gonna do these and we'll cook 2 separate. All right, so this is what my pork chops look like. I just patted them out in the crust we just made and we put them in the air fryer. So super easy, Italian seasoning, crushed Parmesan, a little parsley, that's it. All right, salt and pepper on the pork chops. Let me go ahead and get this started. I'll put those in and I'll cook them on 350 for about 10 minutes. And let me wash my hands real quick. We're gonna move on to the zoodles. So I'm gonna show you how easy it is to make some awesome zucchini. Let me wash my hands up. Okay, so before we even start, I want to go ahead and get my lemon butter sauce cooking. So I am going to come back to you guys and look at these comments. I would definitely want to look and see if you have questions. If you guys have questions, put them in the comments, anything related to keto, low carb, because I want to help you with questions. But I am going to come and do that at the end. So we're going to cook first, and then I'm going to come back to your questions. So don't be shy about putting your questions in. Put them in. So I just washed my hands. We are doing a lemon butter pork chop over riced zucchini. This is so delicious because I tried it before, and I'm kind of making this variation from another recipe that I didn't like that great. It was good, but not that great. So I want to make it better. So we just crusted up our pork chops, and now we're going to go ahead and make our lemon butter sauce. And I'm going to use a little skillet, and we'll put it on medium heat. And on this skillet, we are going to cut up some butter. So I'm going to do 4 tablespoons because I want a lot of this sauce. It was so good last time. So I'm going to cut 4 tablespoons of butter. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, count 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, 4 tablespoons of butter. Of course, I'm not going to cut that on my stove top. All right, and we're going to put this in my skillet on medium heat. And then guess what else we're going to put in it? It is a lemon butter sauce, all right? So I've got 4 tablespoons of butter. And now I'm fixing to squeeze in a lemon. Let me find my lemon squeezer. Here it is. Butter and lemon is all you need. Now I'm doing 4 tablespoons of butter to this 1 big lemon. If you have small lemons, you might want to use 2, but I'm going to squeeze all of the juice out of this large lemon to make this lemon butter sauce. And all you do is turn this on medium heat to get melted, and then turn it on a simmer and just let this simmer. It gets thick, not like really thick like a gravy, but it gets thick like a butter sauce, and it was so yummy last time I made this on top of pork chops. All right, so let me get my other one. If you'll see, I just got my little lemon squeezer here, and we're just squeezing the lemon inside. I still don't think you can see it. Squeezing the lemon inside my butter. I've got this on medium heat, and we're gonna warm it up, and then we're gonna turn it on simmer, and just let that butter and the lemon cook together. So super delicious and easy. So lemon butter sauce, it sounds fancy, doesn't it? Everybody can make fancy in your own kitchen because it's delicious. All right, now we're gonna go ahead and move on to the zoodles. Or zucchini. I always say zoodles because I'm used to zoodles, but we are making riced zucchini. So just a zucchini, cut at the end. We're going to take my cheese grater that we used last night for our mozzarella. I washed it off, and all we're going to do is take this zucchini and we're going to run it down my cheese grater to make rice. And let me do a couple, and I'm going to show it to you what it looks like. My husband was skeptical when I did this before, and then when he tasted it, he said, "Dang, that's pretty good." I'm like, of course. I mean, the queen's cooking it, right? So that's it. It is just riced zucchini, just like you would have riced cauliflower or riced anything else. It's just a riced zucchini. Now, I like riced zucchini because it cooks really fast. You can season it several different ways. You can make it a base to a meal like we're doing tonight, just like you would like a mashed potatoes or garlic mash. You can do the same thing with zucchini. So you don't have to do it the same all the time. Mix things up. This is so easy. We're just taking 4 zucchinis, 4 medium-sized zucchinis, and it's going to be shared with 4 people tonight. So I've got my pork chops over there cooking in the air fryer. They're going to be done really quickly. I may turn this butter up a little hotter to get it melting, and then I'm going to simmer it down. Really, the longest thing that cooks in this meal is your butter, your lemon butter. We really want to simmer that sauce and get that lemon butter kind of thick. It's so good, guys. If you've never had a lemon butter sauce, you're gonna make it and say, oh my gosh, I have gotten fancy in my kitchen making my own lemon butter sauce. If you guys have any questions, make sure you put them in the comments. I'm gonna get supper cooking first, and then we're gonna come answer questions. Guys, this is a live video, so I can't like edit right now and then jump to the end. I'm gonna actually show you how I put this meal together, and then after my video is complete and my food is completely cooked, I will post a plated picture of the food on my page for you to look at the finished product, and I will tell you, just like this time, I found a better way to do it. Last time it was all right. This time it's gonna be fantastic. So we're just ricing up this zoodle, not a zoodle, a zucchini. Don't want that piece in there, it's a big piece. Let me know what you guys are doing for dinner tonight too while you're on here, but I really wanna make sure if you have questions, you put them there so I can answer any questions you have. So we already went over the pork chops. We took crushed Parmesan and we seasoned the Parmesan with Italian seasoning, and I just put it in there. I like to make color, so I just put it in there. I didn't have a tablespoon or a teaspoon, I just put it in there. And then we added some parsley, and that's it. So crushed Parmesan, Italian, and parsley. We salt and peppered the pork chops, and then we just dipped the chops in the cheese mix. And if you want to put them in egg, you can. I didn't. If you want to put some oil over it, you can. I didn't. Oil is good because it just helps the crust stick to it a little better, but I don't see it necessary. So we dipped the pork chops, and then we put them in our air fryer. We have the air fryer on 350, and we're cooking it until done. Probably 10 to 12 minutes. They're thin chops, so it's not going to take long at all. If you're doing thick chops, of course, it's going to take longer. While we're waiting on them, we're ricing our zucchini, and I've got my lemon butter sauce starting to simmer. I'm just going to show it to you. If you have a pen and paper, this is so easy. Just write it down, because it's probably going to be late tonight before I can add it to the post, because I've got a lot to do after supper. All right, let me show you what I've got so far. Here's my riced zucchini so far, so it's a lot. Now, zucchini it cooks down. So you might have a mound just like cabbage, but it cooks down. Let me show you the lemon butter sauce. It's really looking beautiful over here. Lemon butter sauce, it looks so good. And we're just gonna let that simmer. I'm gonna turn it down just a little bit to a simmer instead of on high heat where I had it. Actually, I had it on high heat. Simmer. We got one more zucchini. So let me do this last zucchini, and then we'll move on and I'll show you how to make the rice zucchini. So super easy again, delicious. For the zucchini, you're gonna need zucchini, you're gonna need a little heavy cream, you're gonna need that Italian seasoning again, you're going to need salt and pepper, and you're gonna need cheese. So I like mozzarella cheese and Parmesan. You don't have to add any cheese, but I love an Alfredo style riced zucchini as a base to any type of meal. It's so good. Now you don't have to, you could use any kind of seasoning you wanted to on these. You can make them hot with hot sauce. You could do them creamy like I'm doing with Parmesan. You can make them, just with butter and have them kind of plain like a garlic mash. You can do so many things. All right, I think that's enough. I'm tired of doing it. All right. Put your comments or questions in the comments, and I'm going to come look at those as soon as we finish this. We're already almost done. So that's why I like easy keto, right? Easy, clean keto. All of this is good, easy, clean food. We're using lots of healthy fats. It's going to be a delicious keto meal. So we have our zucchini riced. Now I'm going to get me a skillet. I'm going to clean off my stove. Let me get me a skillet. Maybe. All right. I think I'm going to use this one. This one's big. All right, now I'm going to take some more butter. I got about a tablespoon and a half of butter. I'm going to let that melt down in my skillet on medium heat. And look, my pork chops are already being, so 10 minutes are up. Let's check to see what it looks like. They look good. They're not done, I can tell just by looking at them. I use my air fryer so much. They're not done, but look how pretty they are. So this is our little air fried pork chops. Now, I didn't use any egg. I didn't use any oil. I just dipped in my cheese crust. It does not hurt to use egg or oil. If you do, it'll make your crust a little thicker. It's just a very thin crust, but we're putting the lemon butter over the top, right? So I think that looks beautiful. Now I'm gonna leave this open for a second because I don't want to overcook. I want to wait until at least my rice is ready. Look at this butter sauce. Looks delicious. It's simmering over here. We're just gonna let that simmer until it gets a little thicker. So we've got our butter on the eye. It's starting to melt, and we're gonna let this butter melt, and we're gonna add our riced zucchini. So make sure you have your zucchini ready. It does not take long at all for this to cook, which is one of the things I love about it. So you just take that zucchini, we're gonna add it to the skillet. It's still melting, but I'm gonna go ahead and add it in. Now zucchinis automatically hold a lot of moisture, so they are watery, okay? If you look at this, if you were over here, you'd see lots of wetness. If you wanted to, you could take a paper towel and like dampen this. You can do it inside of a Ziploc bag and like really push this down. You'll see all that. See the moisture? See the water on my paper towel? If you wanted to, you can do that. Honestly, it doesn't bother me a bit, not a single bit. I just wanted to show you. I usually just leave mine alone because always when I'm making my zucchini, I always add some type of sauce to it. So I'm making a creamy Parmesan sauce tonight, so I don't mind that little moisture. Give me a spoon. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and salt and pepper my zucchini. We just have them in the skillet with butter right this second. So we're gonna salt and pepper. Now with vegetables, like any other vegetable, you really do have to season them well if you want them to taste good. I like a good salt, a good pink Himalayan salt. I personally use Redmond's real salt, which is a sea salt actually. I also like a little bit Italian in my Parmesan riced zucchini. You don't have to do it this way. I like a little Italian, salt and pepper. And we're just gonna let these cook. I'm gonna turn it up on high heat to get it hot. And we're gonna let these cook down. As soon as they start to get soft, we're gonna add the next ingredients. And guys, if you have your pen and paper, remember you need zucchini, you need salt and pepper, you need butter. You need heavy cream, you need Parmesan cheese or mozzarella cheese or whatever cheese you want if you're gonna add cheese. You do not have to. I just like to make a sauce. So this is like the base of my delicious pork chops. And we also, when we do this, we're gonna put our zucchini on the bottom. We're gonna put our pork chops over it or to the side of it, and we're gonna pour this we're gonna pour this butter, this lemon butter sauce over the pork chop and the rice zucchini. So it makes a wonderful combination of deliciousness. So I saw ugly face come across. I'm not sure why. Maybe it was an accident. Maybe somebody meant to hit the like button and you hit the ugly face. I hope this is good for you. I love this meal. It's so delicious. So this is our butter sauce right now. You see it's not thick at all. We're just going to keep it on the eye simmering. And it does get thick. Now you don't want it so thick. You don't want to burn it. Last time I cooked it and I just left it over there and let it simmer. And then I realized, I was like, oh my gosh, I better check out that butter sauce. And then it was really thick. Like it looked like it was almost burnt, but it wasn't, thank goodness. I'm gonna put this butter up before it melts. All right, while we're waiting on this to really get hot and start simmering, I wanna see if you guys have any questions for me. So I'm gonna go to the front of this video and just look and see if you guys have any questions. If you do, please let me know. Brenda from Myrtle Beach, that's awesome. All right, I see lots of friends on here. I'm not gonna name all your names. I see lots of folks. Thank you guys for joining me. And if I'm ever any help to you, please share these videos. Just press share. It's right there on the bottom of your screen. Share, share, share. I like to show people easy ways to eat keto, to live a lifestyle that is keto or low carb. Either way, I love both of those variations to better health. I have a lot of friends who are keto and a lot of friends who are low carb. I personally love keto, but that's me. I don't mind it at all. I love it actually. I'm living the best life I've ever lived. But I love to show people how easy it is, and people complicate it. They complicate it so bad. Valerie said she needs getting started information. I will 100% send you getting started information. If anybody wants getting started information, just put getting started in the comments and I'll send you some simple things that you can do to change your routines in your house and how to kind of get started, like picking meals and things like that. Jimmy wants to know what kind of air fryer I have. People ask this all the time. I love this air fryer. It is the Cuisinart TOA60. And I've had mine for a couple of years, so it may be outdated, but it's the Cuisinart TOA60. Hey, Alex Dove, I see you on there. Alex is visiting California right now. No, Seattle. Brandy says, I haven't tried this yet, but my creamy pork chops are delicious. Yes, girl, I love them pork chops. Valerie says she has a toaster confection with an air fryer. Love it. I'm telling you, mine does toast too, but I hardly ever get to toast anything. What is crushed Parmesan? So Doris, let me show you. This is like it's not really crushed, it's actually grated. So you know like the Parmesan in the canisters? This is what I recommend. If you don't have that, that's fine. You could actually use like a really fine shredded Parmesan, but the crushed, or what I should say grated Parmesan, works perfectly. So you guys can hear my zucchini over here simmering. Hear it? All we did was put butter in the pan, salt and pepper at this point, and a little Italian seasoning. So that's that question about Parmesan. Paige said she made your block leaf salad. Oh, broccoli salad. You made my broccoli salad. I get you, girl. I get you. And the deviled eggs. Toxic spam and him. I think your voice command's giving me some weird words. I'm sorry, Paige, but I'm glad you like that broccoli salad. I hope that you loved it, because we sure did. Now she called it broccoli. I got you. Okay, let's see. Lena says, always look forward to seeing what I'm cooking each night. She has pork chops in the air fryer. Yay. Just received her new Cuisinart. Yay. I hope you love it. I know I should totally have bought into Cuisinart before I started this page. Look, when people ask me that question, a lot of times I'll voice talk into my phone. So I say, I'll be in the bed and I'll say Cuisinart. And Ricky's like, oh my Lord, have you not learned how to spell that word yet? I have seriously promoted the heck out of Cuisinart. But I love this air fryer. If I didn't love it, I would not tell you guys, I promise. Paige said spam and eggs, believe it or not. That sounds good. I like spam and I like eggs, so why not try that? Chantel is having the Juicy Lucy burgers. Yum. I'm going to have to make those again very soon, because that was the first time I've made it in a long time, and it was so delicious, Chantel. So I hope you enjoy it as much as we do. Thank you, Lisa. So many great ideas. You should try lemon pepper. I like lemon pepper. I do. I've never tried it on pork chops in my air fryer. All right, I'm looking to see if you guys have any questions. We're fixing to jump back over to the meal. Garlic Parmesan, chicken and spinach, yum. Sounds great. Yes, I do need a zucchini thing. So I've got devices. I just hate getting them out and clean. I hate cleaning, guys. I love cooking. I hate cleaning. So if I can get away with very little utensils and very little gadgets, better for me. I need somebody who can just clean all the time behind me, and it'll be awesome. My husband used to until we put all this work in the backyard. Now he's in the backyard every day doing something. I did use 1 lemon for the sauce. I used 4 tablespoons and 1 big, large lemon. If you have small ones, I would use 2. Oh my gosh, Gail is down 5 pounds since she started watching the page. That is awesome. Baby steps, 100%. I'm so excited for you, Gail. And look, do not focus on those numbers. So I know I harp on this. I know I drive y'all crazy, but seriously, those numbers are just numbers. It's always exciting to celebrate, when you start to lose, but you not always will go like this. There will be some dips. There will be some valleys, and then there will be some plateaus. It's not just about those numbers, guys. My number is high right now. Still high from COVID, but I feel awesome. I feel like I look okay. Like I love how I feel. So don't focus on just numbers, but guys, you have to excite. You have to be excited and celebrate the good things, right? Thank you, Julie. I just love you guys. I got great friends, man. I love talking to you guys. Tracy says, do you list the ingredients and details? I do my very best, Tracy. Normally, I will post recipes on my page. I just now started doing that inside the video post as well when I finish the video, just in case I see things along the way that I want to change. However, some things I put together myself, like tonight's meal. So it's really hard for me to sit down and write it all out. I really do want to start a cookbook at some point, but I will do my very best to post this for you tonight, guys. But that's why I said grab a pen and a paper so y'all could write it down with me. You probably can do it faster than I can. I love the grated zucchini, Lena, with lots of things. So I love like chicken parmesan. So we make chicken parmesan with it. You can make spaghetti like this. I mean, there's just so many things. I have a zoodler, and I love to zoodle, but again, it's gadgets and cleaning that I just don't like. So this is like the fastest thing that I can do with zucchini and make it taste amazing because I love sauces. Like I'm a sauce girl. I'm an Italian girl. That's why I'm not Italian, but I love Italian. Belinda has lost 15 pounds. Way to go, guys. All right, I think I've gotten all the way down to the comments. I didn't have very many questions. So, guys, if you have questions, put them in there. You'll see my butter sauce. It is getting a little thicker. Y'all see that? I still want it thick. I'm gonna keep on going, but man, don't that look good? It's gonna get thicker. So my zucchini is really searing good here. You can hear it. All right, now, you guys all know that we're different. I do not like mushy vegetables, but I also do not like crunchy vegetables. With this, we're making a sauce, so it's not gonna be it's not gonna be like mush, but it is gonna cook. Okay, it does not take long at all for zucchini to cook, much less rice to zucchini. So at this point, I'm ready to start making my sauce. So I already put salt and pepper in there earlier. I'm gonna salt and pepper it again, and I always taste this because vegetables, you know, you have to make sure you've got them seasoned good, especially zucchini. So I'm gonna do some more salt and some more pepper. I'm gonna go ahead and put a little bit more Italian. Now, I cook this all the time, so when I do write these down, guys, I'm not going to say 1 tablespoon of this and a tablespoon of this. You just kind of have to taste it. That's how I cook. So I'm never going to be the one that says, use 2 teaspoons, because that's just not me. Now, the recipes I share that I get from other people that I cook, I 100% will have it all listed out perfectly for you. But things I make myself, I'm just going to tell you, season it with these things and taste it. I love garlic, so we also are going to add a little bit of garlic powder in here because I'm making a Parmesan sauce. So let me go ahead and add our primary ingredient, and that is heavy cream. You've got to have some heavy cream because this is what's going to make our sauce. A little at a time, guys. You do not need a lot. I'm almost out of this, so I'm going to use it up. I always say start off with a 1/3 cup, just a 1/3. You just need a little bit, or even a 1/4. But always start little and let it cook. So you hear it simmering? It's gonna get thick, it's gonna cook. But if you start off with like a 1/2 cup, you're gonna really have mush because it's gotta cook down. You don't want it to be like water when you put it on your plate. So only use a little bit of heavy cream at a time. So we added salt, pepper, Italian seasoning, a little bit of heavy cream. I'm gonna get some garlic powder out because I love garlic. That's garlic salt. Garlic powder. Now, if you had real garlic, yum, that'd be really good, right? To like cook that garlic in the butter first. Ooh, that sounds so good. I didn't do that. So I added a little bit of garlic. And as soon as this starts to thicken up a little bit with the heavy cream, we're gonna add our cheese. And I'm only gonna add a little bit of cheese, but you can do as much or as little as you want to. I like my Parmesan to have mozzarella and Parmesan when I make a Parmesan sauce. If you don't like either one of those, you can do whatever you like. But I love them mixed together. Mozzarella and Parmesan together are always delicious. So before I add any cheese, I do want to taste it to see if I need any seasonings. Let me find me a fork. And it's not seasoned enough. So for my taste, it's not enough. So I'm gonna add a little bit more salt. You know, when you have a really good pink Himalayan salt, it takes a lot to get taste, right? So, but I love the taste of this pink Himalayan salt. This is actually Redmond's real salt, And I got a lot of pepper that tasted really good. I'm gonna add just a little bit more Italian, a little bit more garlic. And I just now thought about this. I might put a little bit of red pepper flake in here because I love spicy. All right, now you know your cheese is going to add a little flavor as well. The texture is really good. This is going to be delicious. Guys, I think this actually might be the first time you watch me plate a meal because nobody's in here for me to talk to. My family's not here. My husband's outside working. My son, who was going to come tonight, is not here tonight. So I actually might just throw this on a plate. All right, let's look at this butter sauce. Now we're talking. Let me show you. Oh, yeah. See how that's getting thick and it's getting a little brown? That is what we're looking for. That is going to be so delicious. So I'm going to turn this down very low. Very low. You see it? So that looks really good. That is the lemon butter sauce. All right. So let's get some cheese in here. So yesterday I had a little bit more time and I did grate up my own block of cheese. It always tastes better when you grate your own cheese, but I'm using the cheap, easy way. It's actually not cheap. It's the easiest way, and that is the lazy way. So I'm just throwing already shredded mozzarella cheese in here. If you will shred up your own block of cheese, you will see a world of difference in the taste of your foods. I just got to tell you that because it's the truth, but sometimes I'm just a lazy girl. Also in those shredded bags, there are a lot of ingredients in there that keeps it from caking that we know can hold us back, which is one reason we always say when you hit that plateau, back off dairy. All right, so we're just gonna mix this up. It is looking fantastic. I'm gonna turn this way down on the simmer. Actually, I'm gonna turn it off because my stovetop gets really hot. I can never figure it out, it's new. And I might have mushed this up too much because I was talking to you guys. Normally I would already be off the video by now. Oh man, it looks good. It smells delicious, guys. And this is it. If you want it creamier, you can put more heavy cream, but look how pretty this is. You can see the cheese. It almost is mashed. I almost cooked this way too long, but that's okay because it's gonna be super delicious. All right, let me move this back. Try to get these pork chops out of my way. Let's see. I turned these on just for a second to heat them back up. They're really almost finished. But what I'm gonna do is get me a plate here. Oops. We're gonna put some of this riced Parmesan zoodles on the plate. I said zoodles again, y'all just have to forgive me. It is riced zucchini. Put just a little on the plate. Now you know one whole zucchini about medium size is six to 8 carbs. So I have not had any carbs today. This will be my carbs today, and that is zucchini. So I always say it doesn't necessarily, it does matter, the carb count does matter, but I always get my carbs from the healthiest sources ever, and those are my vegetables. Every once in a while I have carbs in my coffee creamer. Oh, I did have coffee creamer this morning, so I had 2 carbs today. You also can get carbs out of, you know, different processed packaged stuff, but I love to get my carbs from fresh vegetables. It really helps your diet. It definitely helps you get to your goals quicker instead of using boxed stuff. Not to say you can't or you shouldn't always, but sometimes you do the least amount the better. Clean, easy keto is the way to go. So my butter sauce looks amazing. I'm gonna wait on the pork chop though. They look amazing. I'm gonna open this up and cut one. I know this one's got to be done. It's really thin. Yes, these are done. I ain't have to cut it. So we're gonna put a pork chop on there, and I'm gonna do 2 because I want 2. I'm gonna do 2 pork chops because they're really thin. And then I'm going to get me a little spoon. See, I normally don't eat until after I clean my kitchen, but I never do plated meals, so I'm actually gonna show you guys how I can do this. It's just gonna take longer to do the video. But we're gonna take this butter sauce. It looks so good. And we're just going to put the butter sauce right across the pork chops and the riced zucchini. And you can do as much or as little as you want. Now, a lemon does have carbs. Okay, so you do have to be cautious about how much you're putting on your pork chops. But this is a full lemon and 4 tablespoons of butter. So it's got our great healthy fats. And you're not gonna eat or you're not drinking that entire lemon. We cooked a lot of it down. So don't worry about the carb counts in that. Just don't go crazy with it. And look how pretty this is. Voila, isn't that pretty? All right, guys. So now I gotta clean my kitchen. And I'm gonna put this in the microwave so don't get cold. I'm gonna fix my husband's plate and tell him to come get it. Guys, I hope you have an awesome night. If I can help you with anything, just let me know. Put questions in the comments. And then I don't see any questions in the comments right now that I've gotten to before. I don't think, but I will go back and see if there's any later. So guys, have an awesome night and I'll see you later. Bye.